Love music, live sport with Alex Horsburgh on RockSport Radio.
We're going to talk football. Not talking football, that is later on with Bill Young, of course. But we're going to talk football now with Tom Courts, the manager of Kelty Hearts. For those who don't know, former junior club, now in the East of Scotland League, looking to get promotion to the Lowland League, and then looking to advance, hopefully, to the SPFL. They've done really well this season. They've racked up some big scores, and they're helping one of their clubs in the locality. A wee bit as well, but let's speak to Tom about it. Thanks for coming in, Tom. Really nice to see you here. Kelty Hearts. Now, you started off as a junior team, but you're on the cusp of winning the East of Scotland League, but it's not done and dusted yet.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't go as far to say that we're on the cusp. I mean, we're at an advanced stage of the season. We've got 100% league record. We've had some phenomenal and emphatic scorelines this year. You're right to point that out. But the current champions, they're 3 games behind us, 4 after this weekend. And if they win all their games, then it'll go into pretty much a shootout situation where we play them in the second last game and last game of the season. So for the neutral, it's going to be very exciting, and it's almost very similar to what we experienced against Bonnyrigg last year, where we had to play them in the final game of the season, albeit with the league title wrapped up. Yeah,
sure. I mean, it's a bit like the Lowland League as well, because there's East Kilbride and Spartans kind of neck and neck, and as you say, it's maybe advantage Spartans now because they've got the game in hand, and as you say, the team behind you is kind of coming up. So it's, as you say, it's not done and dusted yet. Kelty Hearts, former junior club, village in Central Fife, but they've always had a tremendous support.
They have, and the club, for as much as it's a relatively young club, it's had a lot of success in the junior game. Played amateur for a short while, migrated to the junior game. So even if you look kind of 30, 40 years ago, the club has been receptive to change, has been quite agile and moved quickly and moved with the times. And I think when we took the decision last year to move from the junior game into the senior game, it was all done pretty quickly. We took a pragmatic approach. We made sure that the commercial aspect was looked at, the future sustainability of the club, and we felt that we wanted to be the earliest adopter possible. And up until now, that plan seems to work quite well.
And you've got new facilities as well. I mean, we've got a piece on the website about it, rocksportradio.co.uk. I mean, you guys are really planning for the future.
Yeah, everything about the club is designed to be sustainable. So I've been in the job over 4 years now, and in the first season we narrowly escaped relegation from the Super League, and then the following season we managed to win the Super League. So it was a huge turnaround. We then finished second, we finished first, and then we've now moved into the East of Scotland League. So there's been huge changes both on the pitch and off the pitch. And New Central Park is a phenomenal little kind of football stadium. It's been used in the professional game at under 20s level. Our players love playing there, and I suppose that in tandem with the quality of our squad and the average age of the squad meant that we wanted to put these players on a higher profile, and we think that the East of Scotland Lowland League, trying to get access to league football, gives the players that opportunity.
Yeah, it's a lovely picturesque ground. You've got the nice rolling hills behind it, and these new facilities that you're putting together, I mean, you're putting in a community cafe also that can be used outside football times. Yeah,
and we genuinely want to be a community club. I mean, Kelty is a small working class village with deep roots in coal mining, so it is a very traditional place, but equally it's quite aspirational, and I think the success on the pitch has actually given the village a real renewed sense of aspiration. So we want to open up the doors for employment, for everyone to actually come and use the facility as a community hub. We now are a community football club, so we've got hundreds and hundreds of kids actually starting to come through our system, not to mention the ladies football, which will hopefully transpire to the girls game as well. Yeah. It's a really vibrant little club just now.
Yeah, it's a vibrant community, and that whole kind of Central Fife area has been battered over the years by all sorts of things from unemployment to lack of infrastructure. We're going to talk how you've maybe helped out one of your potential rivals in a wee while, but the Lowland League, if you were to go up a step up again, you could be playing teams like East Stirlingshire, former SPFL club. You could be playing like the likes of BSC Glasgow, very well organised. I mean, you don't seem though that you're even thinking about that. It's still very much one game at a time.
The only thing I will say is to prove that we have been thinking about that is we've actually played both these teams this year. So when my players are winning emphatically on a Saturday, thankfully because of the the pitch that we do have, we actually tend to play a lot of friendlies or games on a Tuesday night. So we play against senior teams, we play against Lowland League teams, and we've actually fare really favourably against those types of teams. So what I'm trying to illustrate to the players is that short term, we're an East of Scotland team, East of Scotland players, I'm an East of Scotland manager. However, in the medium to long term, we also know that we're scalable with the club's ambitions. So we've beaten BSC Glasgow, albeit in a pre-season friendly, and we've beaten East Stirling recently as well. So we know that in the kind of medium term, if we were to reach the Lowland League, that we can be competitive again.
You've given Cowdenbeath a player, Jordan Sheeran, as they fight relegation, I guess. They're trying to avoid the pyramid playoff, but he's been banging in the goals for the Blue Brazil.
Yeah, Jordan's a top player, and Gary Boland got in touch just a few weeks ago actually, and Gary was a teammate of mine at Livingston, so he reached out to say we need help, we're looking for a talisman up front, somebody to score goals, and we believe Jordan Sheeran can help us do that. So I put that to Jordan, who's a top quality player, and he wasn't getting the required game time at Kelty, so we just felt that between now and the end of the season it was a great opportunity to keep him match fit, put him in a situation where it's still very competitive, and he can go and help a club try and kind of retain their senior status.
And if they do stay up, hopefully they'll return the favour next season. You might need a wee bit of help from them in the Lowland League, or help from other teams.
Absolutely, and to be fair, Cowdenbeath's a club that I know pretty intimately. I was a ball boy there when I was a young lad at primary school. I was sent on loan from Livingston when I was 19 and helped them win promotion to what's now League One. So they're a club I know really well, and the opportunity cropped up to help them, albeit with just one player. We just felt it was a good opportunity to do that because it suited us, it suited the player, and hopefully now it's suiting Cowdenbeath, and Jordan's actually done really well since he's went there.
I was saying earlier on when I was speaking to George on breakfast this morning that if you guys go up and Cowdenbeath go down, I think the proximity of the derby will be very close, because it's basically 2 miles apart, isn't it? Yeah,
definitely, and it's something that we've become accustomed to in our junior days, is having a really kind of strong derby to look forward to. Hillybeath Hawthorn, the Haws, we played them 5 times last season, which was quite a kind of surreal and kind of strange experience, but thankfully for us we actually managed to beat them on 5 occasions. So if that situation were to transpire, I'm pretty sure it'd be a positive situation for both clubs, and we would look forward to that. But hopefully, if Cowdenbeath do manage to preserve their kind of league status, that's what I think everybody wants.
And of course, if you move into League 2 yourselves, I'm not saying that you'll do double promotions or anything, but if you do eventually move into the SPFL, you've got teams like Cowdenbeath, Berwick Rangers, Edinburgh City to look forward to, and you go up a level again and you test yourselves again.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing is, in these types of conversations, we're not scared to show our ambition levels, but we will also be humble and respectful, and also acknowledging the chain of circumstances that can still affect this season and next season. So everything that we're focusing on just now is the here, the now, here at what on Saturday. But we do know that we have ambitions. We're pretty explicit about that, yeah. And we want to earn the right to get there. But equally, there's different ways to get there. We're hoping it's going to be consecutive seasons, but we are going to be really respectful to the teams that we still to face.
And what's the board like at Kelty Hearts, Tom? Is it like a kind of committee like they have in the junior section?
I think they're going through just as much change as we are as a team on the pitch. They're probably migrating from a committee set-up to a board set-up. We have a main sponsor that is my daily conduit at the club. We're a similar age. He's a self-made man, and we have a very, very strong relationship. And if there was one word I can give you about the strength of the Kelty Hearts committee or board, it's just total alignment. So I know that's 2 words, but alignment is probably what I would give you, because they have the club's best intentions at heart. They're resourceful, they're hard working. All they exist to do is to provide support for the lads to perform on a Saturday, and hopefully we reciprocate by the way that we go about our business on a Saturday.
And obviously with the club progressing through the East of Scotland League, hopefully into the Lowland League, you must be getting more fans in as well. More people must be coming along and saying, what's this team like? What's Kelty all about?
Yeah, and again, just on that, if you actually look at some of the qualities that I've just mentioned there, we're actually very, very welcoming, very inclusive. So when you come up to Kelty for a match day experience, or even on a Sunday or midweek, you will be well looked after. People do take the time to get to know you, and I think in football these days, if there's probably one criticism of football, it's probably the fact it's become a little bit impersonal, whereas it's a very intimate experience at Kelty. You will get to know the key characters, and our club is swelling in terms of numbers, in terms of interaction on social media, and people want to sponsor the club. So at this moment in time, we're trying to capitalise on that and make sure that we actually give them a compelling proposition for their hard-earned money.
And the people that maybe do down Scottish football say, the people that say it's going backwards. There's a club, you've just described a club there who have a very 21st century attitude. You're self-reliant.
Absolutely, and that's the key thing. For us, it's particularly on the pitch, it's always about trying to recruit players that are problem solvers, solutions providers, because we don't really conform to the notion that we can't do this. We don't really tolerate inferiority complex at the club. And I think in Scottish football, some people would say that's maybe something that's symptomatic of Scottish football. We're trying to buck that trend with a can-do positive attitude. It's a very pragmatic approach. There's no real kind of science under the bonnet. But there is an element of sophistication and class to what we do, and I think that transmits onto the pitch on a Saturday.
So you've got, tell us a wee bit about your game on Saturday. Big game coming up?
It is. I think at this stage of the season, regardless who you're playing, every game's big because you've got 4 or 5 league games left. The landscape changes, they start to become more pertinent that you pick up the 3 points. So we play here at Watt on Saturday, probably the top university team in the league. They play at the National Sports Centre at Oriam, so we're actually really looking forward to going over there and experiencing that. I believe it's a top setup, so I think we'll be in for a match on Saturday, but it's one that we're looking forward to.
And is that indoors? Is that an indoor game?
It'll actually be outdoors, but They do have access to the indoor facility as well, but the outdoor facility is just as good. It looks fantastic. I did a little bit of research last night, and we're looking forward to going over there Saturday.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that result. We always give the East of Scotland League results out on Sports Saturday on a Saturday afternoon when I'm here with Dave McKinnon. I wish you all the best. Tom, it was really good to talk to you today. We hope Kelty Hearts go from strength to strength and come on the fight for us. Thanks very much, Tom.
Thanks, Alex.
Love music, live sport with Alex Horsburgh on RockSport Radio.